Hey, Gutfoxx here. So, a lot of things to go over in regards to coming contact. We got some Willie Mays gameplay for you here that I'll talk about while it's going on. First of all, maybe we should have the Willie Mays go in the background when we kind of give background on this. We'll talk about him, then talk about content and what's on its way in the future. Let me get rid of Gutfoxx for you because I know he causes nightmares. So this is on Hall of Fame. As you see, his PCI size against Glavin, not exactly the biggest, which obviously correlates to the contact being 77 versus lefty. So overall, is Willie Mays usable on higher difficulties? He's okay. I don't enjoy his swing, but he got some base hits for me right here on Hall of Fame. So overall, yeah, pretty good. I faced a lot of disconnects today, so very frustrating. I hate the game when you can't play the game, especially losing in ranked seasons, because your game just disconnects for some reason, just randomly says, nah, don't feel like playing no more. You're gone. You're no good anymore to me. So, yeah, sorry. MLB The Show keeps tweeting about their stupid comp stuff, and it keeps showing up on my phone. But Willie Mays, is he must get? No. Is he cool? He is cool. I kind of like Legends getting mid cards. I just wish with Willie Mays they'd give him different card art every year. It makes no sense why he keeps getting the same thing year after year. It screams laziness. They can do one of his other 20 whatever years in card arts that were made over those in an entire career. Maybe they don't they have a deal with Topps? Can't they scan in a new card for him and bring in a new year? But anyways, so it's nice. This is an All-Star. I do believe this is the event with the Ferris wheel and the plane and everything going on. It's a fever dream. Overall, I think Willie Mays is kind of a pass. I kind of want to show as many reps with him as possible. You can see his swing. I think he's fine. I think it won't be until later in the year that we get the 5-2 Willie Mays, a signature series, whatever they said to do with him, that he's going to be a great card. So, content on its way. We got ranked seasons changing over on the 30th. We have a new event and collectible collection on the 31st. The big collection on June 3rd. We got Lou Gehrig Day on June 2nd. We'll show that in talk about it in a minute here, but let's talk about what happened today with a roster update. Manny Machado himself went up to 90, the long-awaited thing. Now, what's crazy about Machado is he actually went down in price. That was a beautiful perfect with Mays. That's the last one I wanted to show off of the Mays collection. So, Machado, we'll talk about him first. What's going on? The thing is, when everybody invests in a card, it gets oversold because people want their stubs now, right? They're my stubs and I want them now. So people are basically offloading the Machados now that he hit the goal that everybody wanted to. This is what we can see going forward. Say we saw with Jose Ramirez, where he went all the way down from 30K-ish, and it took quite a long time for him to get up to what his current price is, over 100K. Now, Machado, I don't think is getting to 100K. That would be insane if he got to over 100K at his current overall. If he goes to 94, somebody like Aaron Judge, yeah, we could totally see him going up to around that price if he gets up to that overall. But chances are he'll cool off a little bit. He is hitting really well right now. So it's actually not a bad idea. Don't take advice from the internet, but Machado at 22K, which is lower than we've seen him in a few weeks, it's not terrible because he will be kind of rare and people are going to keep needing to get this card. Now, to be fair, he is a part of he is the second gatekeeper of the same team. So that really kind of limits his upside a little bit there because Tatis is so expensive. So not a lot of people will spend that many stubs for both of them. But we'll see what the supply of Machado does going forward. Now, with the live series investments, there's a few more things we can talk about, but we're going to kind of move on to future stuff and what's going on. We then have, okay, so there's going to be a Takashi Legend pitch in ranked seasons, and then a Takashi collection the very next day. So, what is Takashi collection? As you guys know, collections themselves are over here, not live series, sorry, Legend and Flashback. Currently, there isn't really one right now. Now, a lot of these prices for these cards have gone up as people start prepping for the market. 26, 29. These are actually much more manageable than they were a little bit ago. These things were 49,000 on the buy now. So these things really went up in value immediately when it was announced. So hopefully you guys didn't get burned by buying that early. Now, are you going to want to get it done? It depends on how much you want done with the game, right? Do you want to do the big collection? I would assume that there'll be a voucher for this card there was for the 42 series last year. There will be for the other big, collection that comes a few days after that one joins us. So I will assume the collection will feed into the other collection. Now, If you recall, we'll swing back around to Lou Gehrig Day. 2 years, not last year. Everybody thinks last year. 2 years ago, they brought out the big collection on the same day they changed over, I think, a Team Affinity. And now 30 players coming in the featured program the same day a big collection happens. Reminds me what happened a couple years ago. And if I recall correctly, I didn't look this up, but I recall correctly, it actually took us a couple days because the big collections were not able to be done because you needed cards that you needed to get from the featured program. So you probably won't see many complete the big collection the day that it drops due to the 30 extra players, because like when you look through a lot of these collections, right, I would expect in the collections there's going to be some prime cards dropped. So maybe there'll be like 4 prime cards dropped out of the 30. And so like you look like what, 4, 8, 11, maybe it'll require 15 of these cards. And so you won't be able to do that until you complete quite a few of them. The same thing could be said, or not, I don't know what prospect, but could have prospects. We could look at like signature cards. There's only, what do I see? 4 here, 4 SIGs. There's only 6 SIGs. So it requires 8 SIGs, and maybe there's like 4 SIGs in the feature, in the program. Yeah, it might take us a little bit to get through and get to the collection. Now, if you recall, last year we got that Mauro Rivera, who I thought was the best right-handed reliever all the way until the end of the game. I thought he was the best one the whole year. There were some good ones. He was a little bit of a disappointment, but overall he was a great reliever. He was very, very competitive. Then we had I thought the Kershaw was just okay. Mookie was great, and then Griffey was very good too. Griffey came out a little bit late in the cycle to really care that much about him. He was still neat to have. He still got a really sweet swing. So overall, with the 2 collections coming, you definitely want to be prepped a little bit, but don't overpay. I mean, that's easier said than done. What are you gonna do? I personally try and grind out the current program, which is, the Holiday and Friends does have a card right here. There it is, Takashi at 340,000. That's a lot to get to. I don't know if you'll be able to get to that in a week. It's been about a week, and I'm not even halfway there. And I play a decent amount of this game. Now, obviously, there's some, moments and stuff I haven't done yet, but it is what it is. Okay, so what else do we got coming? Lou Gehrig Day. The biggest thing I got a question about with Lou Gehrig is how are we going to make a first baseman relevant over Frank Thomas? Like, if that Lou Gehrig is just fine, right? If he's anything less than 95 overall, I'll be a little disappointed, right? If he can't keep up with Delgado, right? I know Delgado is pay to win, and SDS has kind of gone a little bit more towards the pay to win, and Gehrig will probably be free. I think I'll be disappointed, right? If Delgado's just significantly better than him, if Lou Gehrig comes out, I get it, it's a free card. They don't want everybody to have the same cards. But if Rizzo's better than him, that's disappointing. You know how everybody was pissed at Rizzo. Mattingly's 94. Hopefully Gehrig can kind of get into the mid 90s area, because it's gonna be tough to be better than Frank. I have it's highly doubtful that he'll be better than Delgado, but I really hope so. I really do pray that he is better than Delgado. Maybe he'll be more balanced. It depends on they made a postseason card of him last year. We'll see what kind of card they make of that Lou Gehrig this year. So that is along the way, on its way over the next week. So kind of a cool next week of content. We got new events, obviously. Big Lights Flashback, 30 new players. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind time starting next week. As for prepping for it, it might not be a bad idea to try and snipe out some cards and quick sell value for the set. There's a ton of them that were quick sell value. Let me see if there's still quick sell value here for a lot of these things, because a lot of them, Legends and Flashbacks. Let's see. Some of them have gone up in price. But there were some around here, like the low 80s. Yeah, these guys are going pretty cheap right now. That you can buy them near quick sell value because of how easy it has been to obtain so many of these. So might not be a bad idea to grab before the big collection drops at pretty cut rate prices. Granderson, you can literally just put up a buy order. I think I put a buy order for whatever his minimum is, a couple K, and then just have one in your stock. So there you are. I don't expect a ton of these low end cards to skyrocket, to be fair, because even though the price of these things will go up, it's only certain cards that really take the bulk of the upwards momentum. So maybe look at cards that are hard to acquire. I know a lot of people have a lot of event rewind packs, myself included. So maybe not event cards. You can maybe take a look at old BR cards, old programs that maybe not available. I'd actually maybe let me take a look at it and do that for like a future video of cards I expect to kind of go up with that big collection. But hopefully today was good for you with the live series upgrades. My video last night talked about kind of some last second things I wanted to do. If you guys are investing in more cards for future upgrades, good luck. That's it for the video. Please like, subscribe, use code Gutfoxx at Underdog Fantasy to sign up. If you're over the age of 18, of course. But that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow.